JCW / The Insane Clown Posse just dropped this clip from their sold-out show Sunday night in Denver, Colorado, where Vince Russo did a run-in during JCW Lunacy tapings.
Yo, this kid! Vito!
What the f-
Get off!
No! You fucking serious?
What are you doing, man? I told you none of that thug shit. Get in the corner.
Oh shit! It's Vince Russo! Holy fucking shit! Vince Russo's in JCW Lunacy!
That's not how we're gonna do things here. Calm down!
Vince Russo is an investor? Well, at least in kayfabe. But it does seem he is working and writing for JCW. If you don't know who Vince Russo is, he is a writer / booker, most famous for being one of the minds credited behind the Attitude Era. He worked for WWF, WCW, and is largely responsible for the Insane Clown Posse's run in WWF, as Vince Russo was a fan of Howard Stern at the time and basically took a lot of inspiration from Howard Stern and Jerry Springer, including the Insane Clown Posse being used for an angle, being used for the oddities. His subsequent WCW run, however, is not as beloved, not as fondly remembered, and much of his work has been criticized rather heavily. A controversial figure in the wrestling world, to say the least. And now he's working for JCW. Shout out to my homie Kosuke, who hit me up this morning and told me about this news. First reported on by Cultaholic Wrestling, it seems that Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer had been doing some speculating of his own, that Vince Russo was perhaps working for Billy Corgan's NWA promotion.
What is this Vince Russo stuff I'm hearing about NWA?
Sounds like he's going to work for NWA. What does it matter? You know, it's NWA.
Can you imagine all the ideas that he's been sitting on?
Yeah, I hope he does well. You know, I mean, it's not going to, if it was like TNA, I would go, that's pretty interesting news.
Mm-hmm.
But NWA, I mean, nobody talks about NWA at all. Billy Corgan is exhausted, unable to get television, right? Maybe he can go and go, hey, this is the guy who wrote Raw, you know, in 1997, 1998, when they were doing giant numbers. He was the guy who wrote when Steve Austin was on. Maybe that will help him get TV. Maybe. Stranger things have happened.
Vince Russo then responded Friday night on his podcast and revealed that he had been working for a promotion, just not the NWA.
You know, Mac, I'm gonna start doing some work. I don't want to say with who yet because I don't want to ruin it for them. I'm gonna start doing some work with a wrestling promotion, and I spent like last week.
By the way, Vince, I don't mean to cut you off, but I know who it is because I heard Disco and Conan talking about it, and you're going to be going to the NWA. You're writing for the NWA.
They got that right, man. But
or MLW, maybe that was the other one I heard too. That you might be. Yeah.
Mac, I got to tell you this, and this is the God honest truth. The first 9 shows I wrote, first of all, somebody gets concussed, and we talk about concussion protocol, number 1. Number 2, we drug test, and this is in storyline now. This is in storyline. And not only do we drug test in storyline, but the guy responsible for taking the drug test literally stands next to the stall of the wrestler to make sure they're not using somebody else's piss. Yep. We do that. And also a female wrestler who is in danger of losing power pulls the Me Too card. All in the first 9 shows. First 9 shows. And look at this shit.
He doesn't say the name JCW as to not ruin the surprise, but does say he's written 9 episodes of Lunacy and teases a couple of angles, a couple of storylines. Then Sunday night, he did his run-in that we played at the beginning of the video in Denver. And throughout today, he's been posting a lot of Juggalo painted content to his Twitter /X account, including this bizarre AI video of Dave Meltzer whooping.
5 stars. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
What do you think about Vince Russo working for JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling? Is this a good or a bad look for JCW? Either way, it'll definitely bring some attention and new eyes to the product. What will come of this investor angle on JCW Lunacy? New episode every week here on YouTube. Will Jim Cornette's head explode when he finds out his mortal enemy, Vince Russo, has joined forces with the Insane Clown Posse's Juggalo Championship Wrestling? What's next for JCW? It seems like they're really building to something. What could that be? Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll talk about this and more on Humble Among Broadcast System number 207. Be advised. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe gimmicks to make Jim Cornette's head explode. Thank you very much. I love you and whoop whoop.
5 stars. Whoop, whoop, whoop.